The Sioux Falls Stampede come to town for a 7:05 p.m. puck drop. Don't miss Down Syndrome Night the next day on Saturday, with the action getting started at 6:05. Haven't been out to a Stars game yet this season? Don't miss out, because only 3 weeks are left in the regular season. Tickets are available at LincolnStars.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
It sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite. And we rank the best in quality and customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the perfect place to watch the NCAA tournament from the round of 64 all the way to the championship. Bring your friends and family in to enjoy Tanner's delicious hamburgers, chicken lips, and daily specials, and wash it down with one of their tons of options of beers. You'll never have an issue finding the game, as there are TVs everywhere throughout the space. So get in early, grab your spot, and settle in for a day of NCAA tournament basketball at Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
I see the future in our public school classrooms every day. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. I also see how critically important parent and community support is to our students' success. Support your public schools. Get involved. Form a business school partnership or become a school volunteer. Great schools and great communities work hand in hand.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Friday, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman. We are Old School, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients, a Butcher Shop. 2 locations in Lincoln, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. We are live in effect here, 4 to 6, down at 1040 O Street, putting a bow on this week. Got some beautiful weather today, 70 plus, light wind, plenty of traffic, and it's Good Friday. So everybody's having a great Friday on Good Friday. Obviously, it's the first. We had the first round of Sweet 16, so there's plenty to talk about. We got spring football. You got obviously basketball, both collegiate and professionally, live in effect. You had opening day yesterday with baseball. It's a little bit of spillover today because everybody didn't play. You got Nebraska baseball, kicking butt and so forth and so on. So there's a lot going on. Seems like it's going to be a good weekend too for sports where be good weather, even though you got to wait a little bit till you get outside. It's always a good time. So, and then also a little bit of, Husker recruiting news. I saw like for the basketball team, Frankie Fiddler originally from Bellevue West, by the way of UNO, Nebraska Omaha, was on campus at some point in time because I think our own Sam Hoiberg, the 2024 version of the White Barry White with his voice, tweeted out a picture of Frankie Fiddler. So hopefully that means good things for Nebraska, because obviously Frankie has done some really good things at the college level. But first and foremost, Austin and DP, 4 games last night. We'll start with the team that has essentially the last 2 years up until last night and last night as well obliterated the competition. That's the UConn Huskies. Dan Hurley has a machine, double-digit wins in every single one of his tournament games last 2 years. Doesn't look like they're going to be stopped. And it was a dominating performance against the San Diego State team. That's a good program, but obviously I think UConn has that championship feeling, at least up until this point. What are your guys' thoughts?
Austin, I'm going to have to lean on you. I was busy last night. I caught the middle part of all 4 games. I stayed up until way too late trying to figure out what I saw and what was happening. San Diego State looked like they were resigned early. They went away from everything they normally do. They went away from how they normally do it. And you want to give some credit. You want to give some credit to UConn and say, okay, listen, you were just that good. And then that weird thing jumped in my head. Did they peak too fast? Is UConn do you want to have your best game on Sweet 16?
Right.
I don't think they did.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the best UConn we've seen. My analysis of that game is UConn good.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. It's a loaded team that plays really good basketball in all sorts of different ways. San Diego State was a little out of rhythm, but that first half, especially those last 6 or 7 minutes, it's like, dang, San Diego State's still around.
Yeah.
They're only down 2 possessions. If they can get a bucket, cut it to 4, okay, now we're talking. Another possession, get a stop. Hey, they're still right in this thing. But they got down by 6, and then their guy fell down trying to get around a screen, gave Spencer the open 3 to push the lead to 9. Even though they scored 40 points, wasn't a great offensive first half for UConn, I didn't think. And if Spencer misses that shot, San Diego State goes down and scores, and it's within 5 at half.
Yeah,
I think it's a rock fight to the end. But that 3, I think, really opened the floodgates for UConn, and they really flexed their muscle in the second half.
Yeah, I think San Diego State, posed the problem. I think they were able to physically, withstand, UConn, and they are doing a good job of getting them off their spots. And so that's why you saw them within, arm's reach. But I think a play like that is those are the plays that you don't see on any of the networks or on any of the overtime or anything like that really break games wide open. And I'll go back to the Nebraska game against Texas A&M. Into the first half, Nebraska was starting to make a run. I think K-State hit a 3, maybe made a bucket. Bryce, I think, had made an and 1, or at least made a 2 and then a foul. So Nebraska started to have to fight back, and it was about I know it was under 4 minutes before half. I know that, and they started to get it. And I think one more possession, they would have got under a double-digit deficit. They did a good job defending Texas A&M. Texas A&M shot a long shot, got a long rebound. Okay, you understand that. It went right to the guy. They reversed it, shot a deep corner 3 late in the play clock. The Nebraska players started to run out because he wasn't in tune to the finer details. Well, he might have probably thought his teammate was going to get it. Well, Texas A&M had 2 guys. Well, it was a long rebound ricochet, right? Got it, kick out. Like Strick says, butt naked 3. So instead of being down 11, you're down 14. Those things in these type of games, which is obviously March Madness, NCAA tournament, are huge. and they can be momentum swinging plays if you need to come back in the game. But those could be not the true fully nail in the coffin, but it's halfway home. And then UConn does a really good the way that they're able to win majority of their or all their games so far, double digits, great halftime adjustments, great under 15, all the TV timeouts. They do a really good job of making adjustments. But then the biggest thing that they do, I was listening to Coach Hurley, what he says, he's like, they always focus on what they need to do first. So when they're talking about like, the championship and how to, finish, we're just slopping around. They have a standard that they uphold themselves to before they start worrying about their opponent. And that's why they've been so dominant. I felt, and we can move on to the next game, I felt North Carolina would have posed the biggest problem to them. And Alabama snuck up and hung around and beat them and played better small ball, which has kind of been the critique on Coach Davis down in Chapel Hill, as far as the ability to play small ball, situational basketball, where Alabama just stayed around and then they just made a couple plays. Big and one by Nelson. He's a phenomenal free throw shooter. And Sears, was right on time with his delay. I mean, he rejected a pick and roll like 5 times, got it to Nelson to finish off the game.
I don't want to talk too much about this game because there's one with a lot of stakes for me tonight. I know better than to open my mouth and say something dumb. Elliot Cadeau needed to see the floor more. He is such a good passer. I think he could have broken Alabama down off the dribble and given RJ Davis some easier looks.
Yeah.
Workman-like performance from Baycott. Tough one from Davis, especially shooting the ball. But I'm going to credit Alabama more than anything. Not a good defensive team at all, but you saw against Grand Canyon when things got tight, Alabama tightened up on defense. Same thing against Carolina. They have the athletes. They have the dudes to do it. The mindset hasn't always been there. So I'm going to credit Nate Oates and that team for finding another gear on the defensive end.
Yeah, I mean, they got some size, though. I mean, you go 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" with that type of speed is pretty dang impressive.
I mean, Alabama's legitimately a top 16 team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I
mean, I think that in some of these matchups, you just have to say, listen, on a night where everybody could get got in this series at Sweet 16.
Yeah, Sweet 16. Yeah.
All 16 of these teams are legit. If North Carolina State goes into this thing as the lowest, air quotes, ranked or seeded team, then you're in trouble. That's in the ACC tournament champion.
$100 million Cinderella.
Right. Like it's the thing, right? And you go, okay. So then on your night, you just have to show up. And if you catch a dude who's just having his career night, look, there's not always an answer.
Yeah, and if you're having, probably one of the top 8 players in the nation as far as RJ Davis with an off night, that is the exact opposite of what DP was saying. And whether it's RJ, I'll say this, DP, obviously the connection between RJ Davis and Caleb Love is a love connection.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them did not perform last night. It's very interesting to me that both the players and the team, both of these two teams look dominant 4 nights ago, give or take. 4 days later, especially UNC against a team that, like you said, Alabama's, they want to get up and they want to beat you 100 to like 95.
Mm-hmm.
It's just interesting that, and I know it's a different arena. Your first one. I just figure those players are too good to have those type of off nights. But you got to give credit to Alabama to be able to lock in when they need it and hit big time shots.
Well, I mean, this is the tough time. I mean, we said this is legacy time.
And styles make fights.
Yeah, like this is legacy time that not everybody, you could have a great career and have a bad tournament game. It's all people remember.
Yeah.
That's all they remember. And they say, wait a minute, you forgot about the other 160 games I played, 120 games I played because I didn't finish on the big night.
Yeah.
But it's human. Like it's a thing. And again, they lost to Alabama. It's not like
they didn't.
Like it's not like they.
Yeah, we didn't lose it like Winona State. Or
like you didn't pull a UMBC. You pulled a.
You got beat by
the BAMA.
You got beat by some dudes, and it's also Bama's been a program that's been around knocking on the door for some time too. It's not like this is the first year Alabama's been in the mix. And I'd probably say with the drama they had off the court, probably didn't reach expectations that they had before all that stuff happened off the court. So I think this year, obviously you're getting a little bit better team. I think Nelson was a big get for them out of the portal. And, and they had some guys injured too. So, you got to think they were able to battle through it. So we're going to take a quick break, come back. We're going to break down this Clemson and Arizona game in Illinois against Iowa State. Those were the two most exciting games, I think. Alabama game wasn't exciting. It just kind of was blah, but then Alabama pulled it out. These two games we're going to talk to in the next break were super exciting. And want to get your guys' thoughts on it. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through April 2nd is buy one, get one free on 8-ounce flat iron steaks. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies. It will be very mild. Afternoon high expected around 70. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with an overnight low around 35. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. A little cooler, though. We'll see a high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Collector for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Easter. They hope everyone is able to enjoy time with family and friends during this joyful celebration as we remember what this day and weekend are all about. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care. Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
The Stars are home this weekend for a pair of pivotal Western Conference games. It all begins on Friday night as the Sioux Falls Stampede come to town for a 7:05 p.m. puck drop. Don't miss Down Syndrome Night the next day on Saturday with the action getting started at 6:05. Haven't been out to a Stars game yet this season? Don't miss out because only 3 weeks are left in the regular season. Tickets are available at LincolnStars.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks, exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
It sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite. And we rank the best in quality, in customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Second segment, old school, Jay Foreman, DP Austin, 1040 O Street. The Ticket is live in effect on this beautiful day. A little bit of wrap up from March Madness last night. We had the Fighting Illini battle. Iowa State, which is it was the late game, but it was a super exciting game. It was a tough game. I was surprised. I wasn't surprised Illinois won, but I was surprised that it didn't take them that long to handle the pressure of Iowa State. Iowa State's pressure is probably doesn't get the credit of like DP, the old, Arkansas 40 minutes of hell and like the UNLV running Rebels and those guys, but they play that type of basketball, really well coached. But Illinois, who had been turnover prone, right, and kind of feast or famine with Shannon and Hawkins, and they stepped up huge. And so it was an exciting game. But then also it lets you know that Iowa State is here to stay. They built that program up, and it's turned out to be a pretty special year for Illinois, who we had talked about before the tournament started. DP was Illinois already hit their peak. We talked about had they hit their peak too early, they seemed to be gaining a little bit of momentum after getting past that second round, getting into Sweet 16.
Yeah, this is where I am with last night's games. I wanted to be surprised by all of them. The reality was I wasn't surprised by any of them, and that made me mad.
Well, you got to put the preface on it though.
Like
you like chaos.
Yeah, I mean,
your statement was wrong. This is like this is like the politician trying to tell you about his policy, but not saying I like chaos. Restart it.
Yeah,
I wanted more chaos.
But what was gonna? I don't even know what good chaos would have been
because everybody's so good. You know what chaos would have been? San Diego State beating UConn by double digits.
See, we got 3 upsets.
Yeah, but it didn't feel. But it wasn't like how it was done. Alabama kind of lulled UNC to
like you ain't dead yet. No, I'm still. Yeah. They Jon Snowed them. They were dead and came back.
Like what are you doing? Like what are you even doing?
The only chaos last night would have been San Diego State beating UConn 82-52. That would have been chaos.
Like Arizona prepared us for failure.
They're the first team to have 6 straight tournaments where they've lost to someone at least 4 seats lower than them.
Yeah, like they set us up.
It didn't matter who
they
the
told
coach
you who we are. They like this is who we are.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something in the water in Tucson.
Like it's Denny Green. He's going. They are who we thought they were. Like we just can't. Like we really. Like I'm looking at the score.
Hit the mic.
Yeah,
and then almost fall over.
This is the best window through all the stuff. Yeah, I kept thinking. I want somebody
to step up
and be brilliant in a way that you couldn't expect. I think we'll get some of that tonight because I think the North Carolina State game gives us some of that. But last night, I just it was
boring.
1:30 in the morning, and I was like, I'm coming down off of volleyball, right? So I'm waiting for the sleep to kick in, and I'm just all right. Let me watch a little bit so I know what I'm talking about. Jay, what are they doing?
I had a lot of what are they doing, but also I thought it was exciting. Like that nightcap was so exciting to me. Iowa State was so out of sync early, and I thought they dug themselves far too deep a hole for a team that came in with the worst or second worst offensive rating of the Sweet 16 teams. I give them such credit for the way that they battled back. Momcilovic, teammates with Janowski last year, and Pewaukee was a non-factor. He's been the dude for them. He wasn't. So they have other guys step up. And I was pulling for Iowa State the whole time. I mean, Otzelberger's great. Love the way they play as a team. Kind of fed up with Illinois. But one of my buddies is an Oklahoma State fan who loathes Brad Underwood for the way he left Oklahoma State after 1 year. But the only team he hates more than Oklahoma State is UConn. And Illinois is the only team on that side of the bracket I trust to give UConn a game.
Yeah.
I am so excited for that matchup. I'm glad we get it because I think Terrence Shannon Jr. versus Cam Spencer, or not, Stephon Castle, and that's going to be the matchup.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. You get Hawkins versus Klingon, strength on strength to some degree. Love it.
You're a Duke fan. You're an ACC fan.
I'm a Duke fan. I'm not a conference rooter.
Okay, well, so did you root for Clemson or did you root against Clemson?
I wasn't mad that Clemson won because I'm not in love with Arizona, but I was also kind of disappointed in Arizona because I thought they added pieces that would get them over, the adversity they faced.
Like they lost to a not good Clemson team.
They lost to a Clemson team that was really good in non-con and then got dragged down into the ACC morass.
Well, that's the thing, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to measure them: NC State, Duke, North Carolina, Clemson.
I like Clemson.
Okay,
and I saw them more in non-conference, right? Because you watch them on an odd night on TV. Here's why I like Clemson. They've been building towards this for 3 years. They got tremendous size and and athletic ability. And I mean size, both, in like well-built guys that because I remember seeing these guys when they were freshmen. Now see them, they got the continuity, and then they have a little bit of an X factor. Senior guard play is smart play, and they do a really good job of scheming up situational basketball play.
Their late game sets last night were nirvana.
The like baseline out of bounds play where they ran essentially, they came out and made it look a flare look, and the guy that usually would set the flare screen to get the guy slipped in, win the game.
So this is what I was asked last night. Is this tournament's champion, did they play last night or are they playing tonight?
Oh, it's UConn.
Like it really is.
It's UConn against the field.
Austin, is there anybody playing tonight that has a 50-50 chance, a better than 45% chance of beating
tonight?
UConn.
Your thoughts, Jay? Then I'll go.
Man, I think Purdue. The only reason because Zach Edey would give them work, and if Purdue plays like they granted they got Arizona in their blood, right? But let's I think Purdue's a little bit farther along as far as not dookie down their leg than Arizona,
right?
Because of Zach Edey, right? Because Zach Edey is the ultimate X factor.
Yep.
He'll win the boards. He's a defensive stopper, and you can't stop him. Versus Caleb Love, it could just be because you're shooting more far out. That's what I mean. Because he's not a come to the rack and on your head. He's a finisher, slasher, steal, get it out, runouts. I would say probably Purdue. The second one,
I think Houston gives. If Houston messes around and gets there, they figured out some things, and it's a problem for everybody.
I just think, and here's why I think I agree with you with Houston. I was looking at their roster. The amount of pressure that they put on you, and it'd be late in the tournament. I mean, it's just amazing. Like these dudes, soon as you get off the bus,
I'm here.
In your jockstrap.
Well,
you're right. You go to timeout.
Yeah.
I'm here. And I don't know what type of conditioning Calvin Sampson's got them doing. But you better not get out of shape. You better not have too fun and you're all like when you get done out of the basketball season You ain't no. You take a week off, bro.
There's no out of season.
Yeah, there's no out of season
for the Cougars. But they're yeah. And the other thing with them is that Houston could hold anybody to 50. Houston also can hold itself to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's their Achilles heel.
I agree with both of those. I'm going to make the case for the other teams on that side. Marquette's a dark horse because they shoot the three so well. UConn is limited Kolek, though. So that would have to be a Cam Jones, Osa Ighodaro kind of game.
Yep. Right.
Creighton has beat UConn on their home floor. I think they split that series this year.
And they match up well against them.
The way to beat UConn is to shoot over top of them. UConn gets beat when someone gets hot from three. Marquette can get hot from three. Creighton can get hot from three. That's why I don't think I take Tennessee as seriously.
Yeah.
Not as good a shooting team. Should Duke mess around and get there? UConn's favored by 7 or 8. But again, Duke's gotten hot
No
before.
surprise. Yeah, no surprise.
And I like
and
Duke's
the reason,
coach too.
Yeah, the reason I'm in on Purdue more so than Edie is because they were top 5 efficiency shooting three.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They can shoot. They don't shoot a lot of them, but they shoot them really well.
Right. And so that's kind of always was the Achilles heel, right? They remedied last year, I felt like, the athletic ability gap. Then I think they added the playmaking gap that generally would
They're
hurt.
familiar with Cam Spencer from his time at Rutgers.
Do either of you or both of you or none of you want Creighton to play in the championship game?
Creighton against UConn?
Do you not?
I wouldn't mind it.
Do you want to listen to? Do you want? Austin is shaking his head like a madman, which is what I thought the response was going to be.
Not for me. Only reason is because Kalkbrenner and those. I was able to meet those dudes. You know what I mean? Shireman, I got to spend some time with them. I mean, they're good. I mean, I know they go to Creighton and all that other stuff, but
how good a guy can you really be?
they just a different. Listen. They're just acquired. I say when
acquired
you go, they're acquired taste, and so I'm pulling for those dudes, and it's going to come down to here's what this game against Tennessee is going to tell me more about. If they can get through Creighton get through Tennessee, that answers all the toughness questions for me. Because here's why.
I don't even know if it. Why is it really a toughness question or is it a defense question? I think those are different.
It's the same thing. Because if you don't want to get into somebody, you ain't tough. When you play Tennessee, you better get into them dudes early.
Trust me, I saw that last year.
Okay, so you
better
So you better get into them dudes because they're gonna get into you. And if Creighton establishes that it early, that allows Alexander to get busy. Then Shireman's going to get busy. And if Kalkbrenner stays out of foul trouble, he's a factor because he's deleting anything coming in the lane.
I'm going to push back a little bit because I don't think Creighton has been unwilling to defend. I just think they've been bad at it. Like, I think they've put so much on Alexander and Kalkbrenner's plates to be the two defenders. Maybe that's a toughness thing. Everyone else has to take more pride in it. But I think this level of defense has always been in Creighton. If they actually work at it, but I think previous years they've been more athletically limited.
Yeah, and Shireman is a little bit because he's a 3-point marksman, and so fleet of foot isn't his deal. But then you put the onus on McDermott to come up with defensive schemes and sets not to expose him, which then will expose Kalkbrenner. It will expose Alexander and all
Ashworth.
those guys. Right, Ashworth. Right, Ashworth. You got to think they're going to try to get him down in a switch or a pin down and just bully him down, down low. Mm-hmm. Well, it's your job as a coaching staff not to allow that to happen. So I think it goes neck and neck. And I just think the toughness of Creighton, I guess I'll push back on it. The toughness from the very beginning. I think Creighton knows it's in them. They don't come out with it right from the get-go. They would generally sometimes in these type of games, and especially against a team like Tennessee, they warm up to it. Then when they warm up to it, you seen them, boy, they go right down to the wire against a tough team last year, San Diego State. They had 2 or 3 tough dudes inside. Creighton had no problem hanging. It was his last second shot, right?
Even Oregon.
Oregon, right. And so in Oregon would try to beat them up a little bit. Creighton was able to, get busy on them. So I think it's all about how Creighton starts and then what type of turnover ratio they have. If they keep it low, I think they'll be, A-okay.
I still can't believe Husker fans would be happy with Creighton winning a national title.
No, they ain't winning. No. Ain't nobody beating UConn.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Have I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but
if it that DP, recant that statement. If that happened, oh my gosh,
Memorial Stadium would be a miserable place this fall.
I'm trying to. That's kind of the vibe. Is that
you know what it'd be like when Iowa won the Big Ten, our side, and then they put up their second place banner. All of a sudden, you saw all these people that suddenly went to Iowa.
All these Caitlin Clark jerseys randomly popped up.
Yeah. All of a sudden, they just all these Iowans down here in Nebraska and all this.
Well, I saw them show out for like last year's Iowa women's game here, and they showed out. And then this year they showed out and then got quiet, which hilarious.
But I'm
Long
talking
line
about
Iowa
resonance.
fans at the Husker store that night.
I'm talking about resonance. All of a sudden, you started. I mean, I was at the gym. I was like, "Dang, dude, you ain't wear an Iowa thing." Yeah, Iowa football shirt for 3 years. All of a sudden, you got one brand new, too, because it still had the little patch on it. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, we come back. Do we got some trivia, DP?
Yeah, we got to give away some
Supernova
tickets for tomorrow night from some groups of 4, so some packages. So each of us will have a trivia question.
All right. We'll
different levels, different degrees of difficulty.
Oh, mine's going to be easy. It's going to be March Madness.
Okay.
I'll do mine March Madness. But anyways, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through March 31st, gear up for Easter with USDA Choice Whole Boneless Ribeye Loins for $12.99 per pound. Fairway's Hickory Smoked Boneless Pit Hams for $4.99 per pound. USDA Choice Whole Beef Brisket for $3.99 per pound. And all natural pork bellies for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through April 2nd is buy one, get one free on 8-ounce flat iron steaks. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Easter. They hope everyone is able to enjoy time with family and friends during this joyful celebration as we remember what this day and weekend are all about. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Hi, folks. Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and the Chevrolet and GMC Truck Month is now underway. We've got huge savings in Louisville. Get $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months on select models. Yes, you heard right. That's $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months happening right now at Coppell. So take that short money saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at coppellcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with proof credit. Stock number G214773.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
I think about all the infrastructure that got built up behind the scenes by Coach Osborne, that Coach Solich took over, and then some of that infrastructure was eroded. Matt Rule still has to prove this, but I think Matt Rule's style is that, yeah, he'd like the infrastructure in place, but I think Matt Rule has the personality to do everything in his power to bend it to the way he wants it.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, Jay Foreman, DP Austin, old school. It's trivia time. We will vary in the, I guess, difficulty. Mine's very easy, so I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
If you ever listen to me talk about Husker basketball, he's one of my favorite humans of all time, favorite dudes. I don't even know where he's at, but that's to let you know who the answer is. My question is, or my trivia question is, who is the all-time leading rebounder in Husker history?
By number, average, what's
the total number, total rebounds?
Got it.
402-464-5685.
Okay. All right, Harrison. Austin, what you got?
Yesterday was an anniversary of sorts for Duke and Kentucky fans. Hilda Leitner. Who did Christian Leitner stomp on? That's a trivia question.
Oh,
who is the player that Christian Leitner stomped on?
Which time was that? It wasn't against, was it against Kentucky?
It was that game, just minutes before the shots. Who did Christian Leitner stomp on? Who is Nebraska's all-time total rebounding leader? Those are the 2 questions so far.
Yeah, and you could.
No,
you
I don't
could
think
even,
that's the answer.
And you could even ask the question: who did not guard Christian Leitner?
Everybody.
Who was? Who cried the most?
It was not Mashburn.
No, it's not Rich King. He should be. He was 7'2".
Yeah, that should have been. Mine is either you know it or you don't. America. I need to know from the All-American level, Nebraska's first All-American in basketball.
He's gonna have the hardest one ever. But it's crazy that
we'll probably get some of the same answers.
It was not Hoppin.
It was
correct,
not
DP?
No, it's not.
It is not Hoppin.
Yeah, and that's crazy. You think Hoppin, Pikowski wasn't, right?
Not the first.
Yeah. I don't think Pikowski was there All-American. Nobody can get my rebound one. It's the easiest one out there. And the best thing about my man that led it in rebounds, He's the all-time leader in block shots and personal fouls. That's how I know I like
That's
it.
how
He said, "Listen, I'm challenging every shot coming in the lane, whether I'm blocking or fouling you."
This All-American.
Nope, not Mike. Not Mikey Moore. Close though. A teammate.
The All-American team included.
Also, Augie, you already won tickets, bruh.
Yeah, pump the brakes. You can't do everything.
No, it's not Cookie.
The
He's a
All-American
steal leader.
team included Alan Johnson from Wisconsin. 80.
Yeah, it is 5096. You got it.
Name and email address on the text line, please, for your tickets.
Yeah. So we still need the All-American, and we still need to. Did we get the Duke question right?
We have not gotten that one.
We have not gotten.
Do you know the answer?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I have it in my. But the thing is, when Duke played Connecticut before, he got in. He did kind of the same thing. The number 22 with the big knee brace from Connecticut, but he got caught against Kentucky. Christian Laettner.
Yeah.
He was cold-blooded though. Buffalo's finest. He's from Buffalo. You know that?
Yeah. You
Him
can tell
and
from a haircut.
Gronkowski.
That's right.
You can tell from a haircut.
That's what he was feeling himself when he got that little frat dude bowl cut.
Little, like, what are you doing? What kind of? He showed up at Shefty was like, really? This is what we're doing.
That's the Shaggy one when it covered the ears.
Yeah,
he had to get you.
Him and Cherokee Parks.
Lopsided head.
Danny Ferry.
It was not Stu Lance. It was not Stu Lance. Yeah, so we'll take your time.
Take your
We'll
time.
go to break.
We got one.
So the two out there are Nebraska basketball's first All-American, and who did Christian Laettner stomp on?
Yes.
There it is. We're going to take a quick break, come back at the top of the hour, talk about tonight's games. Then we'll jump into a little bit of spring football talk, and then obviously send you guys off to Easter weekend. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
Spring is on its way. Are you prepared to keep the grass greener on your side? Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list, with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through April 2nd is buy one, get one free on 8-ounce flat iron steaks, limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
It sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite, and we rank the best in quality and customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Easter. They hope everyone is able to enjoy time with family and friends during this joyful celebration, as we remember what this day and weekend are all about. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help you find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of March. When you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
5 o'clock hour on this Good Friday. This is Jay Foreman, DP Austin Orman. We are Old School, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese. Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 2 locations, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. We are well into March Madness. Trivia questions have been answered, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're onward and upward. Congratulations, because they get to go to a Supernovas game, I think, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Against who, DP?
It's Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
The Vegas
so,
Thrill.
Yeah.
This is game 3. They split the first 2. Vegas came in here and got a win. Supernovas went to Vegas and got a win. So
yeah, good old rubber match. So
the answer to your question was DP.
Sam Carrier playing for the wonderful Jumbo Stein, who was coaching both sports, coaching both football and basketball. They won their first 15 games that year.
I believe he was also athletic director at the time.
Yeah. So, get it done.
Man of the people.
Get it done, Sam.
My answer was Vincent Hamilton.
Last conference player of the year.
Yeah, I mean, underrated, dominant player. Leader in blocks, rebounds, of course, personal fouls. But when I like it just because
send a message multiple ways.
Listen, if Vince was here, I'd mess with him more about that than how dominant it was. Had a great career playing professionally. An all around good dude, man. Good, solid dude. So big up for Vince.
Answer to my question was Aminu Timberlake stomped on by Christian Laettner.
Bad Christian. Bad.
All worked out in the end. What can I say?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see tonight if Christian Leitner's Duke Blue Devils can withstand the pressure, relentless pressure of the Houston Cougars. So we'll just jump right into this game. Obviously, Duke. I think I think they got five players scoring in double digits, and then it drops off immensely from there. But you got a potential lottery pick in Flipowski, and then I think the multitude of whether it's Proctor, McCain, or these young guards, I think are going to have to play big against a team like Houston. And I know that Duke has seen teams with pressure, but the pressure that Houston is able to put on you isn't like one or two players; it's the whole squad. And they only have 3 forwards on their whole roster, and all of them are guards. But they got some guards that are 6'5", 6'6". They rebound well, but they're able to switch everything, so there's not a lot of spaces or gaps against their defense. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how Duke not only withstands the pressure, but applies their own, but executes in the half court and then the periodic times that they like to get up and down the court, get in the run and gun style. I think if they're going to have a chance to win, Filipowski's going to have a really good game, stretch, to be that stretch 4 or 5, and that's what he's obviously been known for. But he's going to have to be really, really effective on the boards. If not, they'll play right into Houston's hands. What do you guys think?
Austin, you okay?
Great.
You good?
Thriving.
Okay.
But he said it was so. He said it like you really meant. Hey, are you okay?
You okay? Like
Appreciate you checking in. Yeah.
Listen, it's those nights, and
have you slept last night?
I know you drew it up on the whiteboard, right? You drew it all up, right? What they need to run, when they need to run it.
I gotta hear
attack.
this.
3 keys to the game. Give me go.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Okay, so 3 keys to the game. We'll start with mental, kind of intangibles. Big lean to Houston right now. If you're having player-only meetings and then individual meetings with your coach about competitive fire and toughness after you play your rival on your home court with the ACC title up for grabs and you get walked over and then you lose to probably your second rival in the first round of the ACC tournament, and then you get your toughness called out, that's a problem. Don't love that. Guard play, slight edge to Houston. Cryer's won a title before. Shed has been in takeover mode. Did it late against Texas A&M, and I've been
Sharp
beating
is playing
Sharp
well. Right, he's playing real well right now.
Knows his role, does his job. Really like Houston's guards. But Roach has been there in the tournament before. Led that Final Four team. Kind of put him on his back alongside Banchero. McCain is flammable, can get hot. Proctor's an X factor for me. Hasn't been what I expected, but he can go off at any time. And then front court, I do give Duke the advantage. Not just height-wise. I think Filipowski's outside shooting is a factor, but I also think Houston would much rather have him shoot from outside than get busy on the inside. Filipowski has to have a double-double. I think he's got to have, at least 5 offensive rebounds for Duke tonight. Mark Mitchell, another X factor for me, especially what he does on the defensive end. Duke didn't have him last year against Tennessee, banged up his knee in walkthrough. So I give Houston the edge in this one. I think the line's about right. When Duke has played the elite teams, they've been 4, 5, 6 points short so far this year. I can see the basketball advantages for the Blue Devils, but if you're still having questions about the mental edge, Houston is not the team that you're going to want to have those questions against.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Austin, who out of Duke's team that aren't the known factors? So take Filipowski out. Let's just say Roach, right? So out of like McCain, Proctor, maybe Mitchell, and or who has to have I wouldn't say a special game, but just plays a good game. A game where it's kind of like Sharp, where they play their role, but they play it, really, really well in this setting against this type of team in Houston.
Sean Stewart.
Yep.
Sean Stewart, back up big. Ryan Young will come in and try to steady the ship, but he's not all that athletic, just tall. I think Houston will look to pressure him. He's a decent passer. He might be able to handle it okay. But what Sean Stewart does is provides a different element to this Duke team than they have.
Yeah.
Think of like a hybrid Zion Williamson and Derek Lively. Lob threat, rim protector. Duke doesn't have that. And again,
really athletic too.
Extremely athletic, like Bunny, Energizer Bunny hops.
Yeah.
Houston, I think, is more athletic than Duke across the board. Duke is going to need Sean Stewart to step up, crash the offensive glass, defend the rim, be active there. Because even if Sean Stewart scores 4 points and it's just on 2 transition alley-oops, if he grabs 5 or 6 rebounds, blocks a shot or 2, has a steal, and makes Houston take mid-range jumpers instead of getting to the rim, Sean Stewart might be the biggest potential game changer for Duke tonight off the bench.
If this plays out the way you just described, then it comes down to a business decision late. Do you feel like you're in a position where the coach is going to win the battle over Calvin or over Coach Sampson?
Calvin's darn good.
Yeah, he's really
Calvin
good.
is darn good.
I'm telling you, man, Duke's staff as a whole has impressed me, though.
It's a proving ground for Shire tonight. It absolutely
I mean,
is.
but
If he finds a way to game plan this game into Duke's favor, that's a mark. I mean, they stole, maybe not the right word, but Jay Lucas from Kentucky, right? I mean, he was a big part of Cal's staff that they got to come over. Carrawell's been there for a while. He's done a good job with the post. So I'm with you, Jay. I think Duke's staff has done a pretty darn good
Shire's
job.
been really, really good. And, he's just kind of a byproduct of Collins at Northwestern, obviously there. I just think that, you can say whatever you want about Coach K. He's done a really good job of grooming some of these guys to get ready, even though I think that Dawkins probably should have got the look, but didn't. Maybe age was a factor, or willing to kind of come in under the stipulations of being the Duke coach. But nevertheless, I feel like their staff is good. Lack of experience. You're facing the OG now in Calvin Simpson, or Sampson, excuse me, that you're going to have to beat Houston. That's what makes Houston hard. You got to go beat them. You got to beat them basketball-wise. And then also from a physicality standpoint, you got to be able to withstand their pressure. I think if Duke can get this game into, past that 58-point game with Houston, I think it's better for them. Because if Duke is able to get over like 60 points, 65 points, that's letting you know that they have actually found something offensively that they can go back to as worked. If they get into a game where it's like, 22-19 at half, hey, you not only in deep water, you out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. There ain't no land in sight, because that's when it's going to really tighten up on you.
Duke was so good defensively last year. If you had Filipowski at the 4 with his size, Lively at the 5, Mitchell at the 3, that was so good defensively. I think the offense has ticked up significantly for Duke this year. And the defense has been different. Not good, not elite, but still, I mean, I think of the last 15, 20, 25 champions, all but 2 of them have been ranked inside the top 20 for offensive rating and defensive rating. Duke just barely meets that cutoff, but they're there. You're talking about them in the same stratosphere as Kentucky, Houston, Purdue. Creighton's just outside in one of them. Marquette is just outside on the defensive end as well. So the numbers actually say, Duke's pretty well balanced. When you look at the rest of the field, they don't have to be at their best on one end of the court because they kind of make up for it on both ends. But that's where numbers only tell you so much of a story. It doesn't capture the personal, the intangible edge that
the
Duke
mental
has lacked in
makeup,
some of these big games.
motivation and stuff like that, willing to step up in big moments. Looking over there with, you got 3-4 freshmen that are playing big roles on your team. You're playing some grown men over there. That is a little bit of an adjustment period. The next game I want your guys' opinion on, where, according to, analytics, Marquette is favored, 77% chance to win a percentage is Marquette, who's the number 2 seed, has a really good year, obviously, really good shooting team against the NC State Wolfpack, and this team is hot.
Yeah,
this is not the team that Marquette wants to play.
Right, it's the team that nobody wants to play.
Right, because if that's the 16th worst team or best team in the nation, you in some trouble. Because the Escalade XLTT is a problem inside, and there's nobody that can match up with them. And DP, I want your opinion, because you understand obviously basketball. You too, Austin. Is when you have a big dude like that, and I always talk about, with my guards, controlling the pace of the game, knowing when to push, when not, just controlling it. It's the opposite. Big man inside controls the whole game. The whole game from an offense, defense, the pace of the game, because NC State has good enough guard play to handle any type of pressure. They can defend you. They can run you off the 3. They can transition. But they'll be smart enough to say, listen, we got an advantage inside. Big man, go to work while we sit out here and rest up a little bit. Talk about that, because that's what I think is going to be crucial tonight, because we know Shaka with the hair.
Shaka with the good hair. Shaka with the good hair.
before you get into it, we got to get my man on. I'm so shocked. Listen, man, when you were at VCU, were you balling on a budget because you were ball headed?
Yeah.
And then now you get up there. Did you get some hair plugs like LeBron? You got the good grade too, and he got the hairline.
He
Lower
just
cost
found,
of
he
living in
just
Milwaukee,
found a
I
hair. He
guess.
just found a barber.
Yeah, in Milwaukee versus
he just
Austin
found-
and
Well,
Virginia.
I'm pretty sure his barber. He found him in Austin, Texas.
And brought him
he
with him.
Just brought him
Yeah,
with him.
I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, his line is super tight.
Oh, listen, for that kind of pay,
You better be.
Yeah,
you
you
better.
can carry. You can carry on a hair cutter. That's how this gets down. Look, it's NC State's ability to tilt the floor offensively, and they've been really good about overloading a side,
Yes,
and then forcing in a swing him getting one-on-one.
yeah.
Like just ball movement is special. His timing for his cuts, like if he's gonna go from low to opposite high, his timing is perfect. When he goes, he'll work the triangle inside the paint, right? That he'll go from high to low to low to high again, or from low to high to low. And then he works the soft corner better than anybody in college basketball.
Yes, he does. And
He
just-
works the soft corner
Yeah.
better than anybody in college basketball. And it's not even close. And the feats, that's what my uncle say. He got the feats.
Yeah, and what he does, they do a good job of reversing it, and he catches at like Bernard King used to talk about his 9 spots where he could, that's how he averaged 30 points.
Yep.
Where he gets it there and he just pounds you in there, and that just guts your defense and guts the pace of the game. The one thing I want to ask you guys about, man, DJ Burns Jr. Obviously, is taking off, right? Obviously it's the size, it's the personality. Obviously, he came out of high school, highly recruited. I think he started at Tennessee. Then he went to Winthrop, which is right outside of Charlotte. Then he obviously transferred to NC State. Rest is history, from Rock Hill, so forth and so on.
Rock Thrill.
Yes. The Rock, as they like to call it. The number 3 ranked player behind John Morant and Zion Williamson out of South Carolina. Are you guys surprised for being 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", 200? They list him at 75 pounds. He's probably about that because he carries the weight good. That he only gets 4 rebounds a game.
Yeah, because
I know it's the way they play him, but are you just surprised?
I think the numbers should be higher, but I also understand with the way that they play him,
right?
That certainly makes sense, and prioritize. Listen, and pockets of energy, right? That we're not going to ask you to be a marathon runner. We're going to ask you to be explosive 18 times a game on a touch. And the other thing, here's what I really like about the young man. Poise was the word that was entered. That entry pass, his calmness.
Yeah.
Once he catches the ball, he's never in a rush, but he's always quick.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, so opening round of the tournament, they're talking about, so there's, CBS or whoever, TNT, and they're talking about his weight issue, right?
Yeah. But he's done a good job of getting it back to where
they did him dirty though, because they had an ice cream sponsor.
Yeah, after the game,
who brought an ice cream sponsor. Now I thought
that's the payoff. Good job, brother.
Right, but the fact that he simply handed it to his dad.
Yeah, there you go, Dad.
Like he was like,
yeah,
y'all not gonna get me to eat this ice cream on TV. What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
like you literally spent 45 minutes talking about my weight issue.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do this for you.
Yeah, that's good situational awareness.
Yeah.
But the one thing about him that's really, really cool how they play him, and they do it to help him back because he's a good defender too, and he has quick enough feet. He averages 3 assists a game, so you could let they play him in a high post and they dive him down in there. It's going to be and the one thing I will say about this, he only averages 4 rebounds a game. He rebounds when he needs to, big time. When they need him to be physical, you've seen in the ACC, and I'd like to almost, if you could get a stat or analytic or some sort of analytics, is when it's money time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he gets the most touches.
Right.
It's amazing, right? That poise, timing, his calm in all the critical moments, because he knows they're coming to him. He knows they're going through him, and he never once panics. He never gets too much into it. He never loses his mind. I like the young man.
Is he their most important player tonight, though?
Yeah.
Is he?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was going to say DJ Horn.
Oh.
See, DJ Horn makes a lot of sense, but Mo Diarra has been on a tear. Talk about a guy that knows his role, plays the most defensive end on that team, gives length, gives that rebounding that I think they lack sometimes. Oh, and by the way, he's fasting for Ramadan. While he's doing it. Mo Diarra has been the difference.
He's definitely the toughest player in the tournament.
I get that everything on the plate is important, but he's the entree, man. He's the meatloaf, baby.
Yeah.
He's the thing that makes it go. I appreciate the mashed potatoes and green beans, but that's the meatloaf, baby.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I said DJ Horn is because he's their leading scorer. He's not a volume scorer, but he's their leading scorer, but he's got to handle Tyler Kolek. And so if he is able,
which is doable. Kolek has been shut down sometimes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if he's able to do that and still play at or above, or even I would say slightly below his points per game without being a volume shooter, kind of RJ Davis. I was just you just took it. I was doing his old partner in crime. I said RJ Davis or Caleb Love and shoot you out of the game and smoke screen you with, oh, you had 20 points, but you took 22 shots. If he's able to do that and then get into Kolek and then not only shut down Kolek, shut down the pace that they like to play, get them off their spots, get the rhythm, because Marquette's offense and all Shaka Smart's offense is based on what? Up in the tempo, the pace, and then when they have to get in half court offense, they're trying to short corner you. They're going to, one play I would want people to look at what they'll do is they'll reverse it onto the right side, and then they'll do a pick and roll. But then what they like to do is get their power forward, I think his name is Jones, in a one-on-one. Is it Jones?
You talking about Cam Jones or David Joplin?
Jones.
Yeah, Cam Jones. Yeah, he's played the three in their best lineup.
So then they try to get him into like a one-on-one. So what they do is they create a switch. They smoke screen you with it like I call it 2-game, and it's not even a 2-game because it'll essentially it's like a fake screen. The guy will clear out. Then it's one-on-one. If they're able to defend that, then they're good. And Horn's ability to stop Kolek to get into that set, and that's their run stopper. And their run extender play. And I remember seeing it at Creighton. They ran it probably when they came up here. I think not this season, but last season. They ran it out of 6 possessions. They ran it 4, and they were cashing in money on it. So it'll be interesting. I think it was the first game, 6:09 p.m. tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys come out and attack Marquette. NC State is also a dangerous team, in my opinion, because they have nothing to lose. They have the biggest spread. Marquette's essentially favored by 8 points. You talking about being motivated, playing loose. Nobody expects you to be there. You have a kind of the ultimate equalizer inside, and you have a lot of the, people that want chaos and upsets. Right there, you can do something special. Every other game, I think, is going to come down to the wire, and I think Purdue is going to get after Gonzaga pretty good.
Good night.
You think it's Gonzaga's year?
No, I think Purdue wins. I don't. I see something looking like Bama Carolina in that game.
I know Gonzaga, for whatever reason, this is the year that Gonzaga plays with an edge, with some like real swag.
Well, they didn't have it to start the year.
No, but
they found it.
Wherever they found it, I don't know where they got it because they didn't beat St. Mary's twice. They lost 1-2 in St. Mary's. I don't know what it is. And I think it was started with their coach, Mark Few, and he was talking about Long Beach State's coach, Monson, getting fired. But that's a different type of Mark Few as well. I like this Gonzaga team versus some other ones that always let me down. And but I just think Purdue, they've been the most consistent all year.
But you beat them by shooting threes too. I mean, no, Gonzaga's not going to stop Edey. Gonzaga is going to give up open threes because this is not a good defensive team. They have not bought into the scheme. But they will create shots. They're more athletic than Purdue. And they'll get into the lane, they'll drive and kick, and they can stroke it.
Yes, and
that's how I think this game stays interesting.
Right, because those 2 forwards they got, they will challenge Edey. They will not come in there and have any fear. And that's different than what they've had before. Drew Timme was more of he was slick, sly, extremely skilled, smart, savvy. He get you with the, reverse pivots up and under. He looked like he'd be the guy at the Y in the men's league. You know what I mean? Whereas these 2 dudes, they trying to come down the lane and yoke on you real quick. And so it's going to be interesting to see, man. I'm excited for tonight. It'll be some good games just because of the contrast. I think the game I'm going to stay up past my bedtime is Creighton. I want to see. I know kind of what Creighton's going to do. I want to see what Tennessee does. I want to see what they do. Because last year I felt like they just were too much defensive oriented. And, when you play these type of teams, unless you're stifling like Houston, and I don't think Tennessee has the personnel for it, you can get blitz out of there. And I wonder if Creighton's going to be able to do it. Doug McDermott with 4 or 5 days to prepare, rest, evaluate, scout against a one-man show, in Tennessee. A DP from coaching. It's easier to stop one guy than 2 or 3, and so styles make fight. So I think it's a good starter, and I always call it Mr. T starter kit. And then you got a good nightcap with at Creighton at 9:09 p.m. So good first segment, the 5 o'clock hour. You got about another 30 minutes before we send you guys off to Easter weekend on this Good Friday. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back. A little spring football talk, and then also get your thoughts, DP. I saw, what is it? The Capitals and the Wizards are staying. We're going to get your opinion on that. That's big though, right? Or you were Jay Forward on DP. You will be.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through March 31st, gear up for Easter with USDA Choice Whole Boneless Ribeye Loins for $12.99 per pound. Fairway's Hickory Smoked Boneless Pit Hams for $4.99 per pound. USDA Choice Whole Beef Brisket for $3.99 per pound. And all natural pork bellies for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help you find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of March. When you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, folks. Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet GMC, and the Chevrolet and GMC Truck Month is now underway. We've got huge savings in Louisville. Get $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months on select models. Yes, you heard right. That's $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months happening right now at Koppel. So take that short money saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with proof credit. Stock number G214773.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies. It will be very mild. Afternoon high expected around 70. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with an overnight low around 35. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. A little cooler, though. See a high around 58. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Saturday, March 30th versus the Vegas Thrill at CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
How do people feel about getting Big Fitness Energy at Planet Fitness for $1 down and $10 a month? They feel as thrilled as a kid the first summer they're tall enough to ride the roller coaster! That's right. When you join Planet Fitness right now, you'll get access to tons of equipment and free fitness training in a clean and spacious club. Don't wait. Join the judgment-free zone today for that all-day energy. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today for $1 down, $10 a month.
Deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, Jay Foreman, DP Austin, on this Good Friday, good March Madness talk. I'm getting excited to watch these games. Hopefully they're good. Been great games and such all tournament long. So a little bit of update from the women's side. Oregon State pulled out the upset against Notre Dame.
Andy Markowski called his shot. I talked to him after Sunday's game, and he said that's an Elite Eight team.
Yeah, the one thing about Oregon State, I still felt like Nebraska got on the plane and probably had a little bit of regret. I didn't think they played well, but I think Oregon State, you got to give them credit. Extremely physical. They are a big front. They're a big front line. You got to think. You go 6'3", 6'5", 6'4". Kimo von Offlin's daughter, who was played huge. That's probably one of the better games she had. She's 5'11". That's a big team. And then the lefty that hit the 3-point shooter, she's 5'11", 6 foot. That's a big old team against a smallerish Notre Dame team. They were able to beat them, even with Von Offlin not really playing that well. Another update is South Carolina against Indiana from the Big Ten, up 65-55 into the third. That's a high scoring game, regardless, whether it's men or women's side. But like we said, we're gonna talk a little spring football real quick. First week's down, which is a little odd because you don't get any weekend practices. Not much coming out of there, but I wanted to ask your opinion, DP, and we talked a little bit about this, me and Austin, yesterday. What's the one position group? I mean, besides, let's take quarterback out of it, because I think quarterback is going to be it's going to be something that you got to take into fall camp. What position group are you looking forward to possibly either making the biggest jump or being the most consistent? Hopefully to get this team to six plus wins.
Well, how I process it. The offensive line has to make the biggest jump.
Right.
It has the biggest jump from wherever you think they were a year ago to where in order for them to be a good Big Ten football team, the line has to show up.
Yeah.
You've got to fight, especially when you have two young quarterbacks that you're going to have to protect. You're going to have to help them in coverage. You're going to have to help them in pass pro calls, reading defense, et cetera, being first timers in the space, right? Two freshman quarterbacks, and even Harburg, where they're going to lean on whoever, on Ben Scott to tell me what you see, and then trying to communicate with receivers. The offensive line, it's pretty simple in that, in whatever version they're going to be offensively. Like, are they going to be run first? Are they going to try to be balanced? Trying to be balanced means you've got your rules locked up. Like, your rules are good, your foundation is good. You can just tell people, okay, just do these 5 things right. We'll figure out the rest of it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you just I guess to assume or just kind of guesstimate. Is this the best possible? I mean, obviously, besides having 5 All-Americans up there, but this the best possible scenario to have a young quarterback room. That's including Heinrich Harburg. Heinrich Harburg is a young player playing the quarterback position. He went 2 years without being coached. You know what I mean? And then you're getting you had a new system last year, a new coach last year, then you have a new one this year, but it all kind of goes together. Do you think this is the best scenario possibly for a young quarterback or quarterbacks to play with a veteran offensive line? Obviously, everybody, let's assume everybody's healthy, and the addition of Mazuka, who's a well-established inside guard, that's where they struggle a little bit to have a good season with a veteran offensive line starts. I mean, they've all like Bryce Benhart, probably since he seemed like he'd been here since I left. Obviously Ben Scott, Mazuka's is started and played, and whether Turner Corcoran or Teddy Prohaska, which probably is the weakest spot, along with Justin Evans Jenkins, you got a lot of starting experience there, and continuity potentially.
Well, I mean, the best thing for young quarterbacks is a solid run game.
Yeah.
And if you can lean on it and count on it, and we still have questions about the run game. Again, if you have questions about the line, you have questions about the run game. If you have questions about the line and the running back rooms, you really have questions about the offensive line.
Yeah.
They're all tied together and they need to work on each other. Young quarterbacks have to be able to identify what is working and what isn't, and then why. And the why usually comes from the big guys up front telling them, and then the big guys behind them taking the pill and not putting it on the ground, being positive yards, and then helping him in pass pro, so he has time to throw and doesn't get his head taken off as a freshman. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things that you're 100% right, where they go hand in hand. I in my opinion, I think if you're going to try to transition, either Harburg or one of the young guys in there playing, obviously Dylan Raiola, the best scenario is be behind a veteran unit. There's not too much that they hadn't seen, before. Played against some pretty salty defenses over the years, and as long as they stay healthy, they should be ready to go. And they showed some improvement. Now we need a lot of improvement, because I feel like when you have a young dude back there that's very, very green, wet behind the ears, as we like to say, you got to take not only a step forward, but a step and a half forward. And that's everybody across the line. And it kind of is different in each group or each position group, where you look at, with the wide receiver group, you got 2 established players, especially with Jamal Banks. That's a big physical Big Ten receiver. Isaiah, coming in, he's healthy. It's probably the scenario they might have wanted last year.
I don't feel as warm and fuzzy about that room as everybody else seems to be.
Well, I mean, why is that? I mean,
what numbers do you have in play?
No, like total numbers?
Yeah. What production?
Well, Jamal Banks is a legit receiver. I'm talking about legit receiver. I mean, he had 900 yards last year.
All ACC last year, top 5 Pro Football Focus grade.
Yeah, he's a legit receiver.
Number 2.
Then you got Isaiah Nair.
If he stays healthy.
Yeah.
History is issue.
Yeah. I mean,
next to him.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, as far as throwing those young guys out there last year, right? This is you would probably wanted this scenario where you would probably wanted Marcus Washington to be healthy. You wanted Billy Kemp. Now, granted, it all goes together. Some guys that can play pitch and catch, but let's just talk about seniority and guys that
it's not like they can't get me, spring game after 30 days, and we've seen that, it's starting to blend. We don't know who's throwing the ball.
Right.
We don't know who's carrying the ball. We don't know how they're going to line up across the 5. So
yeah, I mean, I think they have a good idea. I think they feel pleasantly surprised last year with Emmett. I think Ramirez, did he get another year?
Well, this is right. So who's the guy? We've done this dance before.
Well, Emmett's got to be. I mean, he's got
Dowdell.
He's got to be the guy right now. Then Dowdell's got to beat him out.
So yeah, if you tell me that there are pieces in place,
Right.
but to tell me that we know versus we believe, what we know isn't enough to say, yep, all of this is a go. What we
Right.
believe
Right.
is that there are some pieces in play, and that's where belief gets us in trouble, has gotten us in trouble in recent years, is that we saw pieces and assumed the best version of it, and then that never happened, whether it be through injury, other.
Yeah. I mean, I think I feel, it just is my opinion, I feel more comfortable with Emmett going into this season versus I felt a little bit more comfortable with Anthony Grant. I just think the situation didn't work out for Anthony Grant because I feel like he could tote the pill. Now, all the other stuff, I have no idea what.
But that literally is my thing.
Right.
Is that it would have made a lot of sense if you had gotten it right with Anthony a year ago. If you can't make that work,
right,
there's a reason.
Yeah, but I think it's not all one-sided though as well.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I'm not placing blame.
Right.
I'm just saying that whatever's in play, if everything works as it currently did, and then you're just replacing a thing that works,
right,
like you're plugging in to a system that works, that has production, that shows development, all those things, that's easy to go, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
But if there is a question about all of that, and then you're going to evolve players, then, and you could get it all right.
Right. But I think like the scenario with Anthony Grant, for whatever reason, that's, obviously in the past, allowed for the emergence of Emmett, right? So you should feel more comfortable because you saw in this system, not with a prior coach, right? So we can say, okay, we saw you in this system do well and actually separate yourself. And in my opinion, that's what you want. I like guys that are going to separate themselves, like get an opportunity, do it again. People doubt you, do it again. Does it mean that he's all Big Ten right now? No, but what I'm saying is you have a guy that you can depend on because you've seen him do it in adverse situations. Then you go get Dante Dowdell. He stays healthy. That gives you like a 1A, 1B, and you should feel a lot more comfortable in this situation. Then if you got Ramirez, then that's your kind of Swiss Army knife. And then, what I was saying about the wide receiver room is you at least have a dude out there. Now, Jamal Banks is, from everything that Steve Sipple said and everything you hear coming out, is about that business, right? So I'd like to assume you're not going to be suspended the first game of the year.
You already know.
Well, listen. all I know is if it's my senior year, I'm probably not going to break a rule to not be able to play in the first half of my game when I only got 24 halves left. I'm not going to miss that.
I'm fascinated by all of it.
So I think that they should feel more comfortable. Guys need to get better. I mean, I think you feel a little bit better about Nate Borkacher and Fedoni with the, Lindenmeyer. You feel a little bit better. Now you got to get better at your craft, right? You can't, ghost guys when he's right there at the point of attack and let him get in your face. And then all of a sudden, then your quarterback looks to,
What kind of jump is required for that group?
I think it needs to be I think across the board, offense and defense, and I mean, because look, everybody's like, okay, defense had a good year. You can play a lot better.
Oh,
you have a great starting point 100%. Or a good starting point, but there's some guys that I need. And it's okay. You asked, this is across the board. I need a jump in your consistent behavior and productivity day in and day out.
Okay.
So when you need to be productive, Good Friday.
Mm-hmm.
When you need to be productive, Sensational Saturday. Like that one, don't you? And you need to also find a way to be productive? Easter Sunday. And then guess what? Here comes Monday because there's no day off, and then we got to do it too. And that's just the way it is. Because when you consistently do this and you do it when it is not fun or nobody's looking, then that's when you'll be able to, okay, you know what? The run fits, the way that we, I call it hold force, set the edge, whatever sexy names you want to get it. It looks the same game 1 and game 12. Now you're going to get beat, right? But you're going to still have your alley filler there. Then DP and Jay missed the tackle, right? And we're playing against Blake Corum. He makes us, he bounces off. This dude's like a little pinball. Well, guess what? Here comes Austin because he's had the same run fit. week in and week out and has consistently built that foundation way back in March and April and May to do so is paying off down the road. And you see it on offensively. Can we consistently, block the same running plays against 3 different looks and not have any mishaps, right? And not have any, I call it direct access.
Yep.
That's what kills an offense. So if they can do that, then they'll be, you got to put one step in front of the other and go from there. So we'll see, but nevertheless, times of the essence. There's a lot of competition there and a lot of opportunity there. I mean, boy, I would love to be playing college football right now.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Huskers starting off on a good weekend. Baseball with a 5-2 win over Northwestern this afternoon.
Does Northwestern have a coach now? Because then the dude quit in the middle.
3rd in 3 years for them. Yeah.
And softball getting an 11-7 win this afternoon against Wisconsin. So
Leah Tuckheim, 2 homers, 4 RBI.
Yeah, it was
a bad. I said that RBI.
Yeah.
Because it's runs batted in.
RBI.
Yeah.
RBI.
I think it's good, especially for softball DP. 2 big, unfortunate injuries for them. It takes a little while to bounce back. Good on them because they got a good foundation of winning. Anyways, Jay Foreman DP, we're going to come back, put a bow on this weekend, send you off to Easter Sunday on this Good Friday. Old School will be right back.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through March 31st, gear up for Easter with USDA Choice Whole Boneless Ribeye Loins for $12.99 per pound. Fairway's Hickory Smoked Boneless Pit Hams for $4.99 per pound. USDA Choice Whole Beef Brisket for $3.99 per pound. And all natural pork bellies for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people,
driving your dream car and your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Good Friday. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman, Old School here, putting a bow on it for this Easter weekend. Hope everybody has a good weekend and a good Friday. The rest of your Good Friday, that is. Good fast 2 hours. Good stuff there. Covered plenty of stuff. We got one-on-one with DP. DP, who you having on one-on-one?
Dr. Jamie Williams, tight end extraordinaire leadership.
Yes.
Good folks. It'll be on the stream and on the app, so you can jump over there and you realize that we'll have Sweet 16 action or tremendous 12 action tonight.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow there'll be a ton of shows of the weeknight stuff, so you get to catch up on the things you missed. And Supernovas tomorrow night. And then Sunday, some of the shows have pre-recorded, and the others have. We have a lineup for all day Sunday around the ball games. So we got a lot. We got it covered for you. Plus, keep your eyes towards UFC, Atlantic City, Kyle Monster Nelson, of course, friend and family, battling on the main card tomorrow night after having a little Nelson born last Friday.
Yeah,
so
man.
He's a brand new dad again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he was a great interview. I like when he called in. I think after he just had 2 victories in a row when we were way back on 48th and O Street. So big ups to him. Keep an eye out for that. But then more importantly, tune in to one-on-one with DP and Jamie Williams. That'll be a good conversation, like it always is with Dr. Jamie Williams and DP. But for my 2 outstanding partners and everybody at 937 The Ticket, we're hoping you guys have a great Easter weekend. A lot of basketball, hopefully some fun and relaxation. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman, Old School. We are out.